Hey everybody, it's Eddie here from Deleted Property, and today we're doing another quick video. I'm discussing positive gearing versus positive cash flow. And many people do not know the difference. Many people don't actually know what the difference is, what one is, let alone what the difference is between both of them. And I'm gonna pretty much break it down to the basics, very plain and simple. Positive cash flow, when you probably, you see a lot of property spruikers out there and people talking about property, cash flow, positive cash flow property and all that kind of stuff. But the basic overall definition of what positive cash flow is say you've got a property and its mortgage repayments are $300 a week and you get rent in of $400 a week. So your rent's $400 and your mortgage repayment's $300. There basically, a lot of people basically say that's $100 a week positive cash flow. Where, that's positive cash flow, $100 per week, technically. But what most people don't actually factor in is things like council rates, water rates, management fees, insurance, strata, if it's a townhouse unit or villa or whatever, building insurance and all that kind of stuff, landlord insurance. So positive cash flow, most of the time when people are talking about positive cash flow, it's pretty much just the rental income or the income versus the actual mortgage repayment where it's either principal and interest or interest only. So most people, when they say positive cash flow, it's just factor on that, and it's still technically most of the time losing money because you've got to factor in council rates and all the other expenses, but you pay those quarterly, right? So that's positive cash flow, is pretty much your cash flow coming in each week or each fortnight or month or year, or however you want it, and pretty much the repayments coming out of it. So that's pretty much positive cash flow. That's the cash flow side of it. Positive gearing is factoring in all those expenses. So that's when you basically go to your tax accountant and they break everything down. So they basically say, so if you've got that same property and it's bringing in $400 a week and your mortgage repayments are $300 per week, that's negative gearing still. And I'll tell you why. Because the average, say council rate, you probably, depending on what state you live in, could be between $1,200 to $2,500 for the year. So you've got council rates, water rates, management fees, insurance, and maybe strata and all that kind of stuff. So that all of it might equate to $120 a week, or $150 a week, could be $80 a week. We'll just say all that stuff equates to $120 a week for this example. So technically, you're negative gearing that property, and it's negative geared by $20 a week, right? Because you've got your $400 a week coming in rent, and then you've got $300 a week mortgage coming out, and then you've got $120 per week in council rates, water rates, management fees, insurance, and strata. So you've got $400 coming in, and you've got $420 going out. So you really minus $20 a week, which would be you minus about $1,000 a year. But then, of course, that's not factoring in maintenance and all that other kind of stuff. Very easily, you can have a hot water go in a property, and that's $1,500 or $2,000, and bang, that puts your whole cash flow out. So I just really wanted to do a really quick video, not take up too much of your time, but just really explain the difference between positive cash flow and positive gearing. And for me, I don't always aim for positive gearing. I don't aim for negative gearing. I usually try to stick it in the middle there, around the neutral mark. So if I'm buying a property for $250,000 in a metro area and it rents out for say $350 a week, that will overall take care of itself in terms of expenses, council rates, water rates, and I always aim for stuff around the 7% rental yield. Higher the better, of course, but I like to stick to metro areas. So if your property you're buying a good deal, you're buying a good property, and it's overall looking after itself. At the same time, I have bought properties that are negative geared by $10-20 a week. For me, that's not a deal breaker. If it's negative geared by $200 a week or $300 a week, which a lot of people do get stuck with that. A lot of people that have bought $1 million properties and it only rents out for $600 a week or $500 a week, that's major negative gearing, because that could be negative by $600-700 a week just after you take in council rates, water rates, and all that kind of stuff as well. So it's something to be very careful of. So I guess in terms of cash flow and how that sits, if you do want to analyze a deal, what I have is basically a cash flow sheet, which you can actually factor in. You can put down your council rates, your water rates, management management costs and all that kind of stuff for the actual property, and it will break it down to weekly, monthly, annually, break down all the expenses and what based off what income you're in, and it'll basically give you, how it would actually look in terms of, positive gearing after all expenses. So you got to factor all that stuff in, remember. So yeah, if you want that cash flow sheet, send me an email and get in contact with us, and I'll shoot you that through, and that will be able to, I guess, help you, be able to analyze a deal and save you from making a mistake and getting to where you want to be at the end of the day. So yeah, hope that's helped. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next video. See ya.